All right, we are recording all of our plans.
By the way, I just want to say one thing, which is I'm excited that every time I load that spreadsheet, I get to read the note that Dave is immune to alcohol for 23 days. Because it always pops up on the drow thing. So like every time I load the spreadsheet, immune to alcohol, 23 days. Anyway, sorry, go ahead, Jay.
Oh, not a problem. So when we last left our heroes, you were attempting to free the city of Neverwinter from the tyranny of the fire giants. You had tracked the fire giants to their volcano lair where they were taking slaves and doing something. They were up to some sort of... Fire giants are really all about forging metal and building things, and they were doing that. You knew they were working with the monks to forge their mithril armor and shields. And then as you snuck in, you also caught a ride on these buckets on chains. And as you went through, you noticed they seemed to be building a large statue or automaton of some sort. And they had captured slaves from the village, the city, and they were working them to death, to no surprise. So you defeated a couple of fiery salamanders that were standing guard over some slaves. You observed other slaves, including down near who appears to be the leader, who appears to be the main fire giant. He was overseeing the building of this automaton. He had a couple of human slaves with him, and you heard a voice coming seemingly from inside his forge. So something's going on there. And you also saw a bunch of slaves pushing the wheel of buckets to process this, as the engineers in our group pointed out, very inefficiently laid out process. And in fact, you disposed of a couple of other fire giants that were unloading that were processing the ore. You killed those fire giants. So now you're in those buckets. If you're looking at the map, you're on the left-hand side. If you were just to ride the buckets around clockwise, you go back through the main room again, where there's the main fire giant and a few slaves. You'd have to go all the way around or hop out and walk backwards to go to where the main group of slaves were pushing on the wheel. So what would you like to do?
When we last went through the main room, we saw the main fire giant, and he was overseeing like how many other giants and salamanders?
At the time, you saw 2 other fire giants and some hounds, some big dogs. Big dogs.
Okay. Hounds, got it. And in terms of like, if we were to ride into the room, would we be okay to jump out, or would we be up way too high? Or
that would be high. You'd take damage. It'd be like 30 feet up.
I could cast Featherfall for us, and we wouldn't take any damage.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing which we could at least contemplate is, I guess, so there's 2 things I'm thinking about. One is I could cast Fly, which might be useful after the fact as well. So, but if we're only thinking we just want to use it to get down, then Featherfall definitely is better. The only thing about Fly, it would really only be worth it if we thought it would be useful in our encounter with this fire giant. That is something I have to concentrate on, and there could be other things that we might want me to concentrate on which are not flying. So maybe the Featherfall is the way to go.
And Melvin chimes in and says, wait, guys, why are you talking about fighting this big fire giant? We just saw this room full of slaves there. I want to go free those guys immediately. And Schmax and Thrax chime in, and they agree with him.
Look, we need to get out of here. The only way we're getting out of here is fighting the big boss. If you guys want to take care of that, that's fine. We're going to go take care of the big boss so we can go get Cooper Black.
All right. So Breezy and Schmax and Thrax and Melvin all think, okay, we'll take care of the slaves. I think y'all can tackle a giant.
sure.
How hard could it be, really? But you want to?
And Neil sort of
maybe just take a little drink there, Brambrack, before we go do this.
Well, I'm gonna drink 10 of our potions, I think, and gain 47 HP.
All right.
Seems good.
Which still leaves me shy, but
How shy?
20 points of my
All
max.
right, that's probably fine.
But I'll probably be okay. Okay. Yeah, I will delete 10 potions. Okay. Yeah, do we think we want to try and drop in on him and surprise? I feel like surprise has worked well for us in dealing with these giants so far. We've
So
been-
there's slaves and there's hounds, but there's no other giants in the room with him.
I think he said there were 2.
Oh,
Unless they
there
get
are two
distracted by the
giants.
commotion in the slaves room. That could be a possibility, I suppose.
But we should move fast.
Jay, I have a question about ponies.
Yes.
If I were to, how many ponies could or someone ride? Like how many people could ride a pony at once, do you think?
We're talking real ponies.
No, we're talking about Summon Celestial, which is a large thing.
Oh,
Because they can fly.
I mean, large, that's like the size of a horse. So
It's like maybe 1 or 2.
see, we've got an elf, a half elf, a Goliath. You could certainly throw Neil on one of them with one of y'all. That's not a problem.
Okay. But not like all of us as a way to get down from these buckets.
I feel confident saying not all of you.
Okay, that's fine. All right, I'll just put that in my back pocket. Okay. All right, gentlemen. Well, should we head towards this room and maybe try to stealthily feather fall out of a bucket and see what we can do? Do we want to try to take advantage of some increased stealth in some way? Be it invisibility, we could borrow a shield, that shield from Neil, or
I think Neil has invisibility, doesn't he?
he also could cast invisibility. But if he's not coming with us, I'm just saying,
I think Neil is coming with us.
okay, because he's
Because
showing up. Yeah, okay. So maybe we should just pull up his character sheet if no one has already.
I have no idea what he's got.
He might have.
I can,
I was just pulling it up.
you got it, okay.
The spells. I mean, we could talk to some plants. I mean, that's always possible.
Yeah, I don't know
Yes,
what he
I
has for
noticed a lot
combat
of
spells.
plants
Last time
down
he was
here.
firing his bow and arrow, which I didn't want to tell him what to do or not do, but Bard's gonna
Okay.
fuck shit up.
He has greater invisibility. So he has, which can make somebody invisible.
Yeah, as somebody, given that Sisman's not here, that might be good. That way he's supporting and one of y'all could really wreck some ass with greater invisibility.
Do you stay in?
Sorry, I'm the DM.
Don't you lose invisibility as soon as you attack?
You do, but not greater invisibility. Greater
Yeah,
invisibility, you can just stay.
Oh, yeah,
I feel like Rambrak really wants to be super duper invisible.
kind of. But I also feel like then that means that the giant's going to go after the 3 people with the lower
Oh.
class and
That-
fewer hit points.
All right, so maybe the answer is someone else should be invisible. Maybe me or Khalifa.
I think having Ariel be invisible would work, because then because you do a lot of attack rolls,
True.
and so every attack roll would be with advantage.
Oh, that would be huge. Let's do that.
Yeah.
All right.
And then
So
Neil
I'm gonna
can
know
also
if you
hold
would-
his shield so he can be invisible for stealth purposes, I suppose.
Right, for defense and stuff, but because you do like 3 attack rolls per turn often.
Right. Yes.
So it's going to be good to have.
If
you
those
be
are all with
the
advantage, that's
invisible
great.
one.
Yeah. Let's do
Okay.
that.
Neil lay his hands upon me.
Or upon me.
Fury Athanga. Oh. So yeah, so he's going to make you invisible in the bucket, and then we're going to all hop out.
Yeah, I think so.
You're gonna feather fall us down is the idea, or
Yeah, I like it.
let's do it.
And how tall is the room? Do I remember the last time we passed through?
I think he said 30 feet or so.
Yeah, from the bucket down is 30 feet. As far as the ceiling,
How tall till the ceiling?
I'll say the ceiling is 100 feet.
100 feet exactly. Okay,
How's that sound? Is that what you wanted to hear?
that would work.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
Do you guys want to go to the map and sort of put yourself, I've got myself like right outside the room right now, as if we're in a bucket
Doing it.
Is it going clockwise? So we're on the top?
clockwise. Yep, we're coming around the top.
All right.
Something changed with the roll 20 thing. I can't grab myself. Oh, probably you made one of me. That's probably not me. Let me bring my real self out.
Well, hold on. Let me just move y'all to the first floor because that's where you're going to be going.
Oh,
Okay, nice.
All right. So one of the fire giants, previously you saw the leader, and he had two fire giants with him. One of them seems to have stepped out of the room, but there are multiple scary dogs and the leader and one other fire giant.
and we're coming in like here, is that right?
Yes.
Okay,
And I'll put some gingerbread men on there too.
so I think we probably want to, given that, maybe we want to kind of drop down behind the, see if we can't drop silently behind the, whatever the round thing is to the north.
That's the forge, and it's hot.
Oh, okay.
So my plan, guys, I'm sure we talked
I mean, you
about
can
this
drop behind it, but
before we dropped into the room, is as soon as I get in here, I'm just gonna probably try and cast prismatic spray and hit as many of the baddies as I can. It's probably the opening
I love
cell.
it.
So
Okay, so as we first come into the room, maybe like we drop and you like
I'm just gonna light them up.
rain fire upon them,
That's the plan.
Well-
Hopefully not fire. Hopefully everything except fire.
rain rainbows.
Hopefully the D8 chooses not fire. Is what we're looking for. But I
Yeah,
think
that
that's
would
the
be
plan.
unfortunate.
Okay. All right. So do we want to, we'll all just kind of roll into the room?
all right. Let's roll initiative.
All right, let's do the thing.
Let's see.
Oh, nice.
Wait. Oh, you rolled a nat one,
I rolled a nat one.
and Khalifa had
Ooh.
advantage and got a 20.
I got a
Good job,
20
Khalifa.
total, yeah.
Yeah.
You have a 20 total, Khalifa?
Yeah.
And what do you have then, Ariel?
I have a 6. I got 6.
Okay.
He rolled the lowest possible.
And Neil will give 2 plus whatever his initiative is, 7. And I assume his stony construct is still around. Is that true? Like it doesn't go away?
I mean, how
got it all-
complicated do we want this to be?
I don't know. I can
If
delete.
if Sisman shows up, he's gonna want his stony construct. That's the only thing.
Yeah, well, if Sussman shows up, he can use his Sonic construct, but
There we go. Fair enough. He could sit in the background until Sisman shows up.
All right, how many slots do you want, Jay?
I think I'm going to say, I want to slot it 15, 13, and 10. A little bunched up, but that's okay.
Okay. All right, well, it's gonna be a rough battle, I think. Okay, Khalifa, you're up.
All right, so
Are we starting
guess-
like you've already jumped and featherfalled, or what are we starting with?
well, that's the thing is that the feather fall I can cast as a reaction, but it can't get and unless we all jumped at once, then I could cast it, and then we'd roll initiative as we're casting it.
Yeah, I mean, combat starts when hostilities start. So y'all could jump in and featherfall before the battle. So
Oh, let's do that for sure. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, so I think we're all jumping, you're not getting feather falls.
Okay,
But yeah, so.
As far as I'm
we'll
concerned, you're on the
cast
ground
Feather
if
fall.
you want to be.
okay. Do we need
Yeah,
to like
and we're
roll a
falling
stealth
in.
check to see that they didn't notice us or anything like that, or?
Let's see what
I don't
happens
know,
when it's
I'm
their
not
turn.
invisible.
Okay.
Yeah. See if they notice us.
Philippe, I think you
so,
want to be sort of behind me rather than in front of me. But
so there's a few dogs that I see that are close to us. The giant and that giant are kind of close to each other. I'm going to, will the web reach on any more than 2 dogs? No, it won't. Those 2 giants are 50 feet from each other. So I'm going to cast reverse gravity on them, on the area that they are involved in.
Okay. What
And
kind
here-
of, I guess my first question is it going to affect this this gingerbread man right here? Is it a
Maybe, let
circle?
me
Is it a
see.
what?
Jay, can you make
It
the
is a
gingerbread
circle.
man something
Huh?
other than gingerbread? He like super blends into the background.
Yeah, they do.
I totally didn't even notice they were there. Yeah, candy canes are better.
So this circle, like this, is that 50 feet? Is it radius or let me see here?
All right, I'll buy it.
50-foot radius. So actually, I guess I get to make it even bigger.
Want to get that
Uh,
hellhound at least?
Yeah, I wanted to not get the gingerbread guy.
Yeah, look, you can do that. It looks like. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll try to get it, at least that guy. Draw a bigger circle.
Yeah, you can certainly get the 2 giants and 1 hellhound. So
Like that.
50-foot
Big,
radius.
1, 2, 3,
I
4,
mean,
5, 6.
It's huge.
It's gigantic.
yeah,
So,
I'll
boom.
say easily 2 hellhounds and 2 giants.
So the main guy, it looks like he's close enough to some chains that he might get a dexterity saving throw to see if he can grab hold on it, and maybe the hellhound too. But the smaller giant or the non-main giant, I don't see him near anything he can grab, but it's up to you.
Yeah, how is this spell written? Does they have to be? I mean, I know they get a dex save to
So-
see if they catch something, but
Right. So this is this reverses. I linked it in the roll 20. It just reverses gravity in a 50-foot radius, and it goes 100 feet high in a cylinder. And all creatures and objects that aren't anchored to the ground fall upward until they
yeah,
reach.
they
the
can make
top
a
of the
dexterity
area.
saving throw to grab onto a fixed object it can reach. I read that
Yep.
to mean every creature gets to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, if there's something it can reach. But yeah, sure. If there's something it can reach.
I'm going to say there is.
Okay.
All right. So let's
Is that a
see.
thing that's like permanent? Like if we wander into it, we get,
Yep.
you know,
For 1
charged?
minute.
While I'm
Yeah.
while I'm concentrating.
We get fizzy lifting drink.
Except for it's 9.8 feet per second lifting drink.
Okay, so I'm gonna have dex
32.
saves. I'm gonna have the leader do it with advantage just because he's the leader and that keeps the math easy.
And then I'll move over
Did that
here.
roll?
Yeah. I saw
That
15 and
fails.
16.
Oh, 16 fails?
Yeah, you
It's
would have to
Khalifa
get
we're
a
talking about here.
8. Yeah, you'd have to get an 18 to defeat.
Okay, and here's the other
my
fire
save DC.
giant.
No.
And then here's 1
Also
hellhound. And yeah, I'll say only 1 hellhound gets a chance. Okay, so 2 fire giants and 2 hellhounds have gravity reversed.
So they fall 100 feet to the ceiling and take fall damage, except that maybe the giants fall less than 100 feet because they're taller than that. But
True.
Presumably the
So yeah,
13
these giants are just they're yelling at slaves, they're supervising various construction things, and then they just start falling upwards and scramble for the chains and don't succeed. They're falling upwards too fast. And yeah, I'll say the giants take 8d6 of damage, because yeah, they're tall. So giants each take 32 points of damage.
Woo.
The start.
It's a good start.
And so do the hellhounds take, I guess, 10d6. So 10d6 is 30. Well, let's roll it. 39 points of damage. Oh, yeah, I made them stronger. Okay. Yeah, they're the hellhounds smash up into the ceiling and they're sort of whimpering. And anybody who is married to a veterinarian should feel really bad about themselves.
Hey, this is a hound from hell. This isn't a nice little pup.
All right.
All right, Jay, whatever is at 15 goes and then 13.
What is it? At 15 actually is the hellhounds. So they heard somebody casting a spell. I'm just gonna assume, for the sake of everything, that they're smart enough to know something's going on. They look up, they see these intruders. And Arrow, are you invisible?
I am invisible, yeah.
Okay. Well, still this
AC
close.
Brambrick.
Yeah, this closest one points its mouth towards Brambrick. And all right, it's going to catch both of fire breath. It exhales. Well, hold on. Let's see, a 15-foot cone. Okay, so it has to move a little bit. And then a 15-foot cone. Let's see, would that, oh, compass map is ridiculous. 15-foot cone. Yeah, it looks like Brambrick and Ariel are 20 feet away from each other. So its first dog breathes out fire towards you, Brambrick. Give me a dexterity saving throw, DC 12.
And I will, as a reaction, cast resistance. So you can add a 1d4.
Okay. And I have my shield. I have the shield master, which gives me like a dex thing too.
Does that have to be pointing only at you? I forget the weird rule about
I think
that.
it does.
Well, there's one part of it protects. You can add your
that
dex
targets
to
only
your
me,
AC,
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
but you can take half. You essentially get evasion on area effects. I think.
Really?
Like you can take half.
It says +2 when not incapacitated. You add your shield's AC bonus to dex saving throws against a spell or other harmful effect that targets only you.
So I'd say that doesn't count here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
So
thought there was a second clause.
I passed.
No.
There is a second clause. I'm
All
going
right.
to look for it now.
You passed. Okay. So
Do
you
I take
passed, so you take half of
damage?
29, unless you have something else to make it even better.
So let me double check that feat to make sure it may let me cut in half.
Because if it does have that evasion thing, then
Yeah, I don't think it does.
If you are subjected to effect that allows you to make a dexterity saving throw to take only half damage, you can use your reaction to take no damage if you succeed on the saving throw, imposing your shield between yourself and the source of the effect.
Oh, well, there you go.
there you go.
All right.
Fancy pants.
The
Look at
doggy
you.
runs up to you and breathes fire, and you say, "Not today, doggy."
Not today.
What's their speed? 50 feet. Oh, thank you for small
Quick
blessings.
doggies.
All right, so this one runs up. This one's at this angle. I'm gonna say it's shoot. I'm gonna say it's gonna hit both of you. Sorry. So this one
You
breathes
need me to
fire.
roll a dex saving throw is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Got it.
I passed that one too, assuming SIN DC 12,
DC 12.
but I can't. I
You
can't.
only have one reaction.
I only get one reaction. Okay, so I take 14 here.
Mhm.
Well, I failed because I rolled 11. So there you go.
Okay.
So I take 28, you said?
Yep. And do you have to do a concentration check? No,
Uh,
Neil's casting
no.
greater
Those
visibility.
cast greater visibility.
Rocking.
So 28. All right.
Okay. And this one runs 100 feet, and this one runs 100 feet. Does it run straight?
Yes, it has no reason to know where
It
the
does.
others
It does. This one runs straight and goes up to the ceiling and hits the ceiling, leading to even more gratuitous animal violence. Tell you what, I'm gonna roll. Oh, because it might or might not kill the dog. Okay, it's still alive. All right. That's the hound's turn.
All right, J13.
Okay, that is Duke Zalto. So he certainly caught off guard, but he's a man of the world. He's encountered magic users and things. So he's up there on the ceiling, and he let me see. He reaches down, rips a huge rock from the ceiling, and he sees you, Khalifa. He sees you. He knows you threw this. You cast this spell. He throws a rock at you. It gets out of the gravity. I'm gonna say it's with disadvantage because like it's got negative gravity and it's got positive gravity. No matter how athletic it is, that's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, the parallax effect is gonna it's gonna be going up or down.
Mm-hmm. So he's going to with disadvantage. What gives you disadvantage? Shoot. Why? It's not alt. It's not
Shift or
It's
control.
control, I think.
control. I'll just roll it twice. Hold on. Let me just roll memory twice.
Neil.
Hold on. 3 plus 13? 20, 3 plus 13, 16? Miss? Or wait, no.
That is, I will cast shield and it will deflect off of me.
Okay. That's that was lucky, man. Rolled pretty badly.
Indeed.
All right. He's looking at that. And he's going to start sort of securing himself to the ceiling, trying to give himself a handhold. Okay, next, is it me again?
No, it's me.
Me,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah. go ahead.
Okay, so I'm gonna step up and swing at these hellhounds.
Okay.
Does 16 hit?
I think they're not very tough. Yes, 16 hits. AC 15.
Okay, and our hellhounds damaged by the radiance? Is that a thing? Are they
Oh,
evil?
let's see. I'm gonna change. I'm gonna say no. They're not like from actual hell. They're just sort of fiery. So
Okay.
I'm gonna say no.
So he takes 14. We're
Okay.
gonna do it again, hitting him for another 17. And then see if we can finish him off. That hits him for another 16.
Yeah, that does it.
Okay, so one of those hellhounds that I'm next to is gone.
Okay.
And I might actually use my. Nah, I'll let Neil and Ariel have a turn at him too. I'll stay there.
Who wants to bring Sisman up to speed?
I'll do
Can
it
I
quick.
play some tunes? Can I play some tunes?
You already
Oh, you-
did.
Is this an appropriate time to play some drums?
You already did. You've made Ariel
excellent. Thank
invisible with your tunes.
So I'm invisible and we're fighting lots of baddies. But the other half of our party is going to free the slaves that were in the other room. So just us are gonna go fight the big giant, his henchmen, and a bunch of hellhounds, apparently. And Khalifa cast reverse gravity, so the big giant and at least and the other giant and one hellhound are up on the ceiling.
Everybody within the circle. Actually,
Everybody in the circles on the ceiling,
2 hellhounds on the ceiling.
and
I got to get into roll
Sure.
20. So let me.
okay,
When you do, you'll see a big circle.
and all
Everybody
those
there
people
is
are on the ceiling.
I assume when Khalifa stops concentrating, they all take fall damage as gravity reasserts itself.
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay, so here's a
That's
conundrum.
the plan.
So the group decided that Neil casts greater invisibility on Ariel, but that's concentration, and so is summon construct. So did the group decide that the construct went away?
Oh yeah, I don't think I knew that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm in roll 20. I am getting into.
I would throw yourself kind of in the back corner or a little bit behind Ariel or me.
All right, Neil, Pearson.
Just enough to stay outside of Hellhound fire breath.
Yeah. That's apparently the plan. I would go ahead and not cast. I'm just guessing here, but based on the fact that they breathe fire, maybe don't hit him with the firebolt. I could be wrong.
Okay, so the circle is the reverse gravity area.
Yeah, the big circle, the small circle is a earlier mistake of drawing.
Okay.
And we kind of all feather fell into the top left out of the baskets.
Okay. So is that good where I am, where I came in?
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure.
All right. All right, and we are fighting a hellhound and two fire giants.
Yep, and then whatever these candy cane stripes are, we don't really know yet.
I think those are probably
those
good
are
guys.
those are people. Those are slaves.
Those are the slaves. Got it.
Civilians.
Civilians.
Civies.
Okay. And okay, so I've got 130 feet to the.
Yeah,
They're
it's actually more than
110.
that.
What's-
It's 100 feet up as well. 'Cause
Oh,
they're-
I see.
they're all on the
What's
same-
and what is this thing here?
That's another fire giant. The one with the big red one, the big one is the
Yeah.
like, leader. He's the boss. The others,
But what does the red mean?
I don't know.
Means he's the boss.
It's the boss.
Oh, okay, okay. I didn't
It
know.
doesn't
if he
mean
was,
like he's stunned or anything.
stunned
No.
He
or
is
anything.
a
Okay.
named giant, but you're next, Jay, whatever J10 is. I guess that's
Oh,
probably
okay.
other fire giant.
That's the other fire giant who sees what his boss did and does the same thing. He will also attack with disadvantage, throwing a rock at Khalifa.
How far is it? How far is the range?
I mean, what do you mean?
Oh, I'm just wondering because I'm wondering if we're counting the extra feet of being on the ceiling as extra distance.
I mean, it's outside their. It's far enough that it would be with disadvantage anyway, even if it didn't have reverse gravity. Is that what you're
But,
asking?
yeah, let me ask the question in a different way, which is that when things are 100 feet on the ceiling, do I have to pay it? Do I have to count that as part of the range of the spell?
To some extent, yes.
Okay.
And you call yourself a physicist?
Doesn't have to exactly
Well,
be.
I don't call
Pythagorean
myself
theorem.
a Dungeons and Dragons physicist.
Yeah, I mean, D&D does have like non-Pythagorean theorem things, but add something to it.
Okay.
All right, anyway, Khalifa, that's a 27 to hit. Are you still on?
I am on, and that does hit. Even with the shield, that kind of somehow gets through, and I'm buffeted backward.
Okay. So that'll be. Yeah, that'll be 41 points of damage to you.
So I have to beat a 21 on 20 on concentration to maintain concentration.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, I can do this.
Good.
$18? No, not quite. So I got an 18 on my Constitution saving throw. Are there any ponies in it? for me, or
No,
is
sorry,
that
I'm
not
too far away. And plus I already used it for Bramble.
curse it. All right, so I'll take 41 points of damage, and I have to drop concentration on them.
Okay, so the 3 hellhounds fall to the ground with a sickening splat. Yeah, please get your wife on the phone. Seriously. And each of the fire giants, I'd say the second one sort of saw what his boss was doing, so they at least get a chance to make a dex save, avoid falling.
But then are just hanging on the ceiling.
Okay, the boss has advantage. He's the boss. Nope. And then 16 doesn't succeed either, does it?
I think you said it was 18.
16 failed.
Okay. So they take 30 points of damage each when they fall.
There's just something lovely about the idea of like walking into the room and all of a sudden, woo, flying up. And then, 15 seconds later, they all just come crashing back down. All right, I guess then it is Neil's turn.
I'll say they're prone. They're prone.
Oh yeah, they should be, right? Yeah.
Okay. So, and did we have a short or a long rest before this?
Nope.
Okay.
And the other
I have a lot of
4 have gone off to free the slaves, and you 4 are here taking down the baddies.
Right. Okay. Let me see. Oh, man. I cannot get very far. All right. And what is this circular thing in the middle?
It's gone now.
It's apparently the
No, this
forge.
thing.
That's a forge. That's where they're making their metal things.
Okay, so I can't shoot a guiding bolt through that.
You could you can't shoot it through that, but I like the way you're thinking.
But I can hide behind it.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to move here a little bit, so I'm within 110 of the big fire giant.
Okay.
And I will do my usual firebolt there.
Wait, firebolt or guiding?
Oh, wait a second. No, guiding bolt. Sorry, these guys, right? They're fire giants.
Okay. What level? You're gonna upcast it or level 1?
I only have a level 1 guiding bolt.
I assume you can upcast it. Can you not? Or does it not show it on you?
It doesn't
okay.
show it anywhere.
Okay, because you got it through the feet. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I can also only use it once.
I thought things that you got in that way you could use with you can use it once for free, but I thought you could also use your spell slots for it. I think. I'll say you can.
I don't know.
You can use it once for free per day, and then you can spend a first level slot to use it.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm using the guiding bolt. We rolled an 11.
Nah, their armor class is super high.
And my D&D Beyond just shut down. Okay. All right, I'll give, while I sort this out, technical difficulty, I will give Bardic Inspiration to Brambrick.
Thank you.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yes, we hear you. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's a D10 at this point.
Is that a D10?
I think it is. That's what I think.
Yeah, it's a D10. Yep.
Okay, Ariel.
Okay, I am going, so I get disadvantage against prone things when I make a ranged attack, is that correct?
Yep, but that's canceled out by your advantage because you're invisible.
I see. Okay, in that case, I am going to start moving south, I guess. About 30 feet. I'll do that. And the first thing I'm going to do actually is I'm going to shoot at this hellhound. That's the one that's not next to Brambrick.
Okay,
And
with advantage.
we'll take care of him with advantage. So let's see. 16 hit.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you said 15.
Okay,
Yep.
so that did 7.
Okay.
And then I hit it again. This time for 8.
Okay.
And then I hit it again. This time for 7. Not really great. Okay. So yeah,
Alright.
so 20. whatever that was, 22.
Okay. It's still looking in pretty good shape.
Okay.
All right, then it's back to Khalifa at the top of the order.
All right. I am on my phone, so I don't have the map pulled up, but I just saw, or I just took a boulder to the face and saw those guys fall down. So they're prone. And I have a scroll of Tasha's Mind Whip, level 3, which will cast against 2 people. It's a 90-foot range. Am I close enough from here to do that, or do I need to move forward?
Are you going for the giants?
Yeah, the 2 giants that fell prone.
Yeah, you need to move forward, and it's not even clear that you can get both of them without being standing in the forge.
I'll say if you
Can
moves,
I-
you can get both of them. Yeah.
Okay, so I want to move forward, and I want to Tasha's Mind with both of them. So that they need an intelligence saving throw 18,
Oh boy.
or they suffer 9 psychic damage and then have some effects on their action economy. They can't take reactions.
I'm gonna
Oh, go
roll.
ahead.
That second one was for the boss. Didn't matter though,
Why did you roll wisdom, not intelligence?
because I wanted the boss to have a +2 instead of 0.
Oh, okay.
But it didn't help. Oh wait, it did help. So what do they have to get?
So they have to get 18 to pass.
They
Okay.
did. They both
So they both
passed.
passed.
Oh, then they take half of the damage, which is 4 damage, and they get no other effect. That is unfortunate.
Darn it.
I'll have my familiar bother the one in front of Brambrick for advantage for him for one hit.
The Hellhound.
Yeah, the Hellhound.
Okay.
Hellhounds are up, Jay.
Okay. First, let me see if they re-hit their. No, that's no. That's no. They not recharge their fire breaths. So they're just on Brambrick. All right. Yeah, they're on Brambrick. They get pack tactics.
Bye.
So they get advantage.
They get what tactics?
Pack tactics.
Okay.
Since they're next to each other, they get advantage on their attacks. Is it 18 or 23 hit?
The 23 hits.
Okay. So one of them bites you and does 5 piercing damage and 7 fire damage.
Okay. All right.
And that's them.
And then it is Duke Zalto.
Okay, so he uses half his movement to stand up. Feet 30 feet. How is that possible? You're a giant. All right. Well,
Good thing you can throw rocks.
yeah. Yeah, he lumbers towards y'all. Picks up a big, like, iron. It's not, an iron thing. It's a part of what he was building. Picks up this big piece of iron. He sees Brambrek surrounded by dogs, and Brambrek's pretty small anyway. So he also sees, Khalifa and Neil have been casting spells. He's going to throw this big iron thing at Neil. So
I'm here, I'm listening. I just had to reboot.
yeah, that's a 32 to hit, Neil.
17.
Yeah, so that hits. You take 41 points of damage as this huge, like, anvil almost, it feels like, hits you. And then, are you somewhere where you can roll? Can you give me a Constitution saving throw?
Yeah,
And you're going for a
19.
20. You're going for a 20. The Constitution saving throw is 19.
Yeah, can I give myself the whatever that guidance, the guidance thing?
No. So the dice wasn't 19, was it? It was the.
No, the dice was 18.
Okay. Yeah. So you get hit by this big metal thing, and you're like, oh, I've got to keep Ariel invisible. I've got to keep Ariel invisible. But the birds flying around your head are just too much, and Ariel comes back
Hi,
to being
everybody.
visible.
All right, I guess it's my turn then.
I guess. I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah, I mean, assuming you're done with the Duke, it is my turn. Which of what wasn't one of these guys hit by Ariel?
The one who's further away from you, I hit a few times.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's the one right to the south of you now.
Okay, I'll hit him first.
Okay.
That is for 19 points of damage.
Okay.
Does that drop him, or is he still standing?
It does not drop him.
Hit again for 13 points of damage.
That does it.
Okay, and then I will turn to the other guy, hitting him for 14 points of damage.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm gonna let the giant come to me.
All right.
Maybe I'll move to the side here so that I'm a little closer to the giant, because
Okay.
I like throwing down with giants.
Okay. Then the second one stands up. He sees Brambrek, so he moves a little bit closer. He sees Brambrek, who's been squishing all the dogs, and so he throws an iron thing at Brambrek. Hold on, let me see. But it's pretty far away, so 9 plus 13 is a 22. Brambrek, does that hit?
It does. I think my AC is 22. Double check it. Yeah, it's 22.
All right. So yeah, this big piece of iron hits you, does 41 points of damage.
All right, then it is. He's done. Then it is
Yeah.
Neil's turn.
All right.
Now, you're not concentrating on the greater invisibility anymore. So if you want to cast a concentration spell, you can.
It's break time.
Yeah, I know.
See the birthday boy. He is
Oh,
one
hey!
today.
How many months?
One.
Happy birthday,
Well,
Leo.
12
Oh,
months.
get out!
1 year today.
Hey, buddy. Hey, look at that wave.
Yeah.
Cool, cool.
He's gonna have his first cupcake here in a moment.
Do you love his cupcake?
We'll see. He's about to have it.
Oh, yeah. He's going to love
Okay.
it.
You're not done. You're not done. You want to stay here. Okay. Sorry, Neil.
Look at that face.
My kids, when they got their first cupcake, their heads almost exploded. They were like, "What? You've been keeping this from me? What is the matter with you?"
Is Neil going? I don't know what he's doing. Sorry.
I'm thinking, I was pretty shaken by, I can't take too many 40, I'm not like Brambrick. I can't take too many 41 point damage hits.
I can't take that many either, honestly.
And the other thing is, let's see. Jay, when we did, so the fear, we talked about being in a square, right? And how
I forget,
far
was it
in front
like-
of me did we?
Was it like a cone coming out of you? Was it? Or is that what the
That's
normal
what
spell
fear
is?
is. That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
normal spell, 30-foot cone. But we talked about,
Yeah, at a distance, it would be a square. Yeah, I forget. But I'll
yeah,
say
but
these
I don't
guys are
think
pretty.
it was this.
I'll say they're pretty close together. If you want to hit them with both, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna do fear. Gonna cast fear. That's a concentration spell. Wisdom saving throw 16.
Okay. First one's for the Duke. Second one's for the other guy. So the main guy failed, and you said it's a 13?
16.
Oh, 16. Oh, they both failed. So you might have to remind me all the details of fear, but
Fear. Once
I think
they
I get the gist.
are frightened by the spell, they must take the dash action and move away from you by the safest available route on each of their turns, unless there is nowhere to move. If the creature ends its turn in a location where it doesn't have line of sight to you, the creature can make a wisdom saving throw. On a successful save, the spell ends for that creature.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Okay. Yeah, they both they've been, they were just having a normal day at work. They've been slammed to the ceiling, slammed to the floor. They've seen all their pets killed.
You already
They're,
bathed?
they're terrified. And they hear some rhythmic drumming of who knows what it portends. They are terrified. It reminds them of the stories their grandmothers told them in the crib about, like, oh, the army's going to come get you, and stomp, 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 and they hear the drumming, and it's the same sort of bump, 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 bump. All right. Ariel.
I wish I had something more awesome, but all my spells do radiant damage. I mean, fire damage. So I think we're going to hit them with some rainbows. So as they head for the hills, I will shoot some rainbows. I guess I'll shoot at Fire Duke Zalto because he's close.
Okay.
And that's not with advantage anymore because now I am visible, right?
Yep.
Okay, 8 misses. Oh wait, I've been rolling damage. Sorry, that's
fine.
Never mind. Let's try that again. 23 hit, right?
Yeah. What's the armor class? The armor class is 21. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess that does 8, and
Okay.
then 21. You said hits
Yes.
for 15,
Okay.
and then 18 misses.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Those are all results. Okay.
So the total was 23 damage.
Okay.
to big guy salto.
Done. Okay.
And that's, let me just check, so I'm gonna throw, some healing dice Brambrecht's way. So he gets above the magic 41 number.
Woo!
So let's do, maybe 3d6. So I'll just roll that, I guess. Okay, take, so you heal for 8 hit points.
Crucial 8 though. Yes, please.
Okay. And at the bottom of the initiative order, the slaves start just seeing their opportunity and they just start running. And you hear from inside the furnace a voice saying, "Hey, what's going on out there? Somebody let me out. What's going on? Somebody fighting? Let me out. These jerks are keeping me in here." And that's coming from inside this insanely hot furnace.
Maybe that's a genie that can hook us up. With the
Leaf, are you on? Are you on, John?
Yes, sorry, I'm on.
He looks, yeah.
Yeah, so that guy's kind of behind me in the north door.
I don't know what you heard a voice from
Is it-
inside the forge. Like,
Is there an obvious door to
Oh.
the forge?
The circle, okay.
Is there like a door to the forge that's very obvious, or?
we do have a dress
It's the
code, John.
opening. Alvin? Oh, he's got underwear on
Oh,
at least.
okay.
Sometimes that's not the case.
Well, that's right, because that's our dress code, so that's perfect.
So this bottom is the opening to it.
Yeah.
I have all kinds of fantasies at my house right now.
All
You have
right.
mage hand? Or-
I do, but I don't know what that is, so I don't know if I feel brave enough to open it. I'd say so those two giants stood up. They're still in the same spot that I remember them being. I'm gonna.
Yeah, but you know that Neil casts fear and that these guys look afraid.
The giants or the dogs.
The giants. The giants got fear put on them.
The dogs are gone. They're ex-dogs.
Mostly.
There's like one dog remaining, huh?
Oh, I thought they were all gone. Sorry, my bad.
So I'm still nervous about the strength of these guys' attacks. So I'm gonna mirror image myself, and then I'm gonna move forward to see if I can look and see who's in that forge. So that's me, and I'm gonna move forward. Are these squares 10 feet? Was I mistaken earlier, or are they 5 feet like normal?
I think they're 10 feet. Yeah,
Oh, so I might have moved too far earlier.
that's fine.
So I'm moving toward the front of this.
You moved 30
Forge
feet
to-
before, actually.
And that is all. Oh, I guess I'll have my familiar bother the hound in front of Brambrecht.
No, I want to go after the
Okay.
giant.
The giants are running away in fear.
Why?
All right, the hound gets the turn.
Oh, yeah, I'm in the shower though. Oh, yeah, you go. You want to go now? Yeah. Head over there in like an hour.
Jay, it's the hound.
Okay. Yeah, I'll assume it doesn't have much of a survival instinct. Well, first, does it get its breath weapon back? It does not. Did that work?
It rolled,
Okay.
it missed.
It tried to bite you and it missed.
All right, the Duke.
Okay. He runs away 60 feet. Runs away from Neil.
All right, well, I'm gonna see if I can't finish this hellhound. That hits for 12 points of damage.
Oh, yeah.
It's gone?
Yep.
All right, well, so the only people are still the Giants, correct?
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna start moving toward them
Okay.
and then I'm done.
Right.
Nameless fire
Oh.
giant.
Jay, I'm gonna also use a bonus action
Okay.
and, sorry, and heal myself.
Okay.
Use second one. And gain 23 hit points.
All right. This fire giant is running away. They're terrified.
All right, Neil.
So do you know what happens if they can't go anywhere? Do they just, are they frozen in fear?
I think, no. Must take the dash action. So there's nowhere to move. No, they can then take whatever action they want.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
They're still afraid of you, so they would have disadvantage on any attack roll. But if they can't move away
On-
from you,
attack rolls against anybody or just me?
against anybody, as long as they can see you.
Okay,
Neil, make sure they can see you, dude.
Yeah.
I know. Well, I am going to,
Say
I'm going
boogity
to
boogity
cast
boogity.
Dimension Door.
All right.
I'm going to cast Dimension Door and I'm going to move right here.
What?
Interesting. Okay.
Actually, right here, right here. Actually, right. There we go.
Wow.
What could go wrong with this plan?
Actually, very little, but that's still ballsy.
Do they get to like re-roll their saves every turn on fear or anything or no?
Nope, only if they can't see me.
Mhm.
Boo, boo.
All right.
This is
That was
surely
Neil.
their worst nightmare. They heard
Now
about
it's
the little
Ariel.
people. All right,
That is an epic move. I love it.
that's gold, man.
He's everywhere.
All right, well, I'm gonna move and I guess I will try and
Yeah, just text me. 'Cause I'll-
shoot some more at Duke Zalto.
Okay.
So that's the thing that we're gonna
Did
do.
I say your fear was able to reach both of them? Did I say that?
You did mention that, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna try that. Spell the hit, sorry. That, no, hit, click. There you go. Oh, critical hit. For 9 points of damage.
Okay.
And then miss and a miss.
Okay.
I guess I'll drive him back 10 feet with my, because I can.
Towards this frightening
Correct.
halfling?
Yes, towards the frightening halfling.
Okay.
All right, Khalifa, back at the top. I guess unless the slaves want to run at the bottom of the order.
Yeah, sure.
And then it's Khalifa.
And
Um,
to your,
So they're getting farther away from me, but I think
Here you go.
Yes.
Oh,
there he
yay.
is.
This is what I wanted to see. Hi.
Oh, you gotta wave, gotta wave.
Gotta wave. It's important to wave.
Yeah, you
Dude.
don't get to touch the laptop though.
Yeah. Actually, just touch all the walls. Just rub your hands on the walls.
Huh, what's the matter at this point?
I
Yeah,
know.
you're not gonna be here.
It's gonna be a month before anybody moves in anyway, so there's time to clear it. Sorry, Khalifa, you were doing something very important, I'm sure.
Not that important, but I am
Involve
gonna just
cupcakes.
move 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna move to here and see who's calling out from the forge, if I can.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty, give me a perception check.
Perception.
I like him, I just need to tell it to bake.
Oh,
8.
Oh, 8.
It's pretty hot in there. I guess I'm squinting.
Yeah, you pretty much see fire in there, but you do notice that on the doorway sort of to the forge, which is open, there is some sort of magical rune inscribed. And you also see with that, you see what your friends might have noticed and just thought was an iron flask, but you know is an iron flask with a capital I and a capital F, which can be used to hold all sorts of magical beings. That's sort of sitting next to the forge.
Right. So I know it's important. I just don't know exactly what on this time. So the distance now that I am is 100 feet from these jokers. So I will just Tasha's mind with one of them.
Okay. Want to do an int saving throw? Is it the Duke or is it the
It's the 18 intelligence.
right, but which one are you going for? The Duke or the normal guy?
The one that's, I guess it's the Duke, because the normal guy is in front of Neil and he's going to be running away. So I'm going to hit the
Okay.
Duke.
All right, the Duke, I decided a +2 intelligence. Failed. All right, so what happens?
Turn it to my mode.
Takes
8 psychic damage.
So he can only take a move or an action or a bonus action. So he can't dash away this next turn.
I see. I
Um,
see.
And he also doesn't get reactions. And he took 8 psychic damage.
And does that just affect him for 1 round?
Just 1 round until the end of his next round. Yeah.
Okay.
all the hellhounds are gone, right, Dee?
Yeah.
So then it is Duke Salto's turn.
Okay.
That's what-
He's gonna move. He's gonna run 30 feet away from this terrifying halfling.
Leprechaun. What are you eating?
All right. Well, I'm gonna,
And he yells out to his subordinate. He yells out, "It must be the storm giants. They've returned. Those traitorous,
Like, when do I get?
those traitorous do-nothings have decided to march on us with an army. Run!"
Sorta. I mean, Thrax is nearby.
okay. I'm gonna run and see if I can't angle to cut off the next storm giant or the giant who's running in fear from Neil.
I like it.
Cut. I'm gonna run and dash, I guess.
Okay.
Move and dash.
All right.
Then it is the other storm giant or the other fire giant.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna run right up to you and look at you and say, "The storm giants are here. Run, run for your life."
Opportunity attack?
No, he didn't run by me.
You weren't
Okay.
right next to him, were you? Were you right next to him?
For Neil?
Uh,
Oh, you mean for
no,
Neil?
no, technically I wasn't. I was not right next to him, no.
Okay.
My turn?
Yep.
Okay. So you said I can use the guiding bolt again?
Yes, level 1 spell. Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna keep on moving towards him.
Ah,
And I will shoot at the one that is further. Let's see, what's that distance? Let's make sure I can get that. Oh yeah, guiding bolts. Rolled another 11.
All right.
Ariel.
All right. I guess I'll shoot at I'm gonna move down and try and hit the Duke again.
Okay.
So move generally in that direction. I will miss, and I will miss, and I will hit. And that
Okay.
last time I will do 9 points of damage.
Okay.
I feel like there's something better I should be doing here. But here we go. All right.
Khalifa,
That's it for me.
you gonna investigate the runes, see if you can figure out what it says.
Yeah, I do feel like I would be extremely curious about this now, and since my attacks are minimally effective, I think I will investigate that. Can I use my action?
I'm sorry, what do you want to do? John, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Barely.
What is that noise?
It's the self clean.
So John, I can hear background noise, but I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, there was some machinery noise that was messing with me when I tried to go on speakerphone. But anyway, so if I use my action, can I determine what's going on with the forge here?
Yeah, give me an Arcana check.
That should be a little more successful.
Plus 15.
21.
Yeah, okay. You see the rune, and it's giants have kind of magic that's not normally used by others, but it's a giant rune, and it seems to have some lettering that means fire. And you stare deeper inside, and you do see in this fire, you see a creature that you've seen drawings of and heard described. You see a fire genie in there, and he's looking out. He's like, hey man, let me out. You look magic-y. Just get rid of that rune. Let me out, and I'll give you, it's so smoky in here. I'll give you 3 wishes. Let me out. Just like
Okay,
take a nail
so-
file or something to that rune.
Seems good.
And at that point, it's Duke Zalto's turn, and not only does he move away from Neil, he takes his huge maul and he throws it like across the room. He throws it way out of his reach, and he takes his shield and he throws it away. And he's stumbling over himself, and he says, "I surrender." And he turns to his friend Uthgar. Surrender. It's King Hekaton. We surrender, King Hekaton. We surrender to the storm giants, King Hekaton. We surrender. Show us your mercy. So he does that in addition to, and so he's running, but he's also, he's surrendering.
Excellent.
What the hell do we do with fire giants?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, King Hekaton tells them to stop taking slaves from the city, right?
Jay, are there like the big chains and stuff in there? Do they look like they're strong enough to hold the fire giants to kind of tie them up?
They're certainly strong enough. You'd have to figure out some way to manipulate them.
Like a mage hand?
Mage hand can't do it.
More like a
Big
lyre
hand,
of building, maybe, but
Oh, okay.
Maybe we should just tell them the storm giants are back and it's time to stop messing with Neverwinter.
So on my turn, I'll turn to the giant that I'm like in front of and say, We are here from the storm giants. Throw down your weapons.
And he does it. He throws down his weapons and he looks back at Neil. It's like, oh my God. Keep him back. Keep him away from me. Keep him away from me. And he moves around you so that you're between him and Neil.
What's that?
So
Jay, are those
We,
doors to the south?
Those are
The
like
southeast,
out of the-
yeah. When you approached the place from the outside, you saw some big doors, but couldn't figure out how to get in. So those look similar. Those look like the same doors.
And from the outside, was there vegetation on the outside?
There was.
Perhaps any vines
Um,
on the doors, growing on the
you're
doors?
pretty high up on the mountains, so it's pretty sparse. It's sort of like scrub grass.
Okay.
So I think we want to tell the giants that they need to leave. They need to leave Neverwinter. Hekaton has commanded them to return to their previous home and to leave the little people alone.
I'm
Well,
a little braver now that they're groveling. And during the conversation, my mirror image triplet or quadruplet self merged back into one, and I move over and say, we are still curious, however, what your end goal was and your motivation. So if there's any exposition that you could include, and I conjure my magical quill to start taking notes as if he agrees to explain his backstory.
Hekaton gestures at the half-made metal giant, says, that was to be my masterful creation. It was going to be fueled by the energy of a fire genie and dominate any other army in the world. We were using the powers of the fire genie to construct it, as well as to forge the mithril for our allies. And he gestures, and you see a row of like 10 mithril shields sitting there. He says, that was going to be the addition to our army. It's going to let us take over the world, or something. He says,
And the monks and their leader.
they procured for us the genie, which was essential to our plans. We were repaying them with the mithril armor.
I see. And how can we get to Cooper Black?
Who?
I'll conjure a little minor illusion image that looks like him. Say, human gentleman, necromancer, wizard. You have no dealings with this.
We have not had any dealings with that human.
Ariel, anything else you need to get from these guys before we send them back to the plane of fire?
I'm curious where the fire genie came from. Do they know?
They said the monks got it.
Yeah, our monk allies procured it for us. That was
But they didn't go to the corner store. Maybe in 2019, 2085, you can just go to the corner store and get a fire genie. But how do they get a fire genie?
trickery, guile, subterfuge, illicit rituals. I don't know. They delivered the goods. That was all we cared about. So what is Hekaton planning? Is Hekaton reasserting his dominance?
He is. He's coming back to reestablish order.
He's scared. He's definitely scared. He says, Will Hecaton sit upon the worm skull throne once more?
I don't presume to know Hecaton's plans. He just told us to take care of some giants.
All right, and so he bellows out something super loud in giant.
Do I?
And,
I speak giant, so I presumably.
Okay, yeah, it's like general. It's military commands. You would know better than I would what those would be. Some sort of, form up on me, and we're going to retreat. And you see various fire giants coming from various places. Melvin and the rest of them stick their heads out from the second floor balcony and say, nobody's coming from up here, sorry.
Are they?
So
They then march on
about
out.
5 or 6 or 7 more fire giants come and they're heading out. Yep.
Okay. Well, I think we need to get Hecaton here to get to the storm
Hey,
giants,
Jay,
because
Yes.
he's going to stop being afraid about 5 minutes after he walks out.
yeah.
We
Okay.
gotta.
So first of all, Sisman, where are you?
I am in Melvin's lair.
Are you in Austin at Ryan's house?
Yeah.
No, you are.
Okay.
Look, here's the dog.
Well, that's the proof I needed.
This is super confusing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here. I've been here for a few days, and I've got a business meeting here tomorrow. So
Okay,
and Ryan and Susie said just stay at our house.
great.
Here we are.
Nice.
Were you saying something game related? Something?
Yeah. I was gonna say Yeah, I was gonna ask if there's a way to figure out if they're actually sincere in what they're saying about surrender, because once he gets out of my sight and they roll, presumably on every turn, they'll have a chance to change their mind. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I don't
guess
think
we need
it doesn't take
to-
a genius to say, yeah, once their fear of you goes away, then they're not going to stick by whatever they said.
Yeah, we're gonna have a fire giant army coming back in here. So we need a plan to deal with this. Presumably, the fire giant, the fairy can help us. The genie.
Okay, so all the fire giants are sort of marching out the front door, and I'll assume, Neil, you stay within their line of sight as long as possible. So
Yeah,
that's
and
happening. That gets you.
So I'm gonna run. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stay after them. So they're gonna open the door, right? And as soon as they open the door, and I'd make sure that they go away like, I don't know, like 150 feet or so.
I mean, I'll say you're above the tree line, so you can see pretty far along this mountain.
Okay.
And they can see you pretty far.
Okay.
Line of sight maybe hundreds of feet.
I'm gonna cast plant growth.
All right.
And so that all normal plants in a 100-foot radius centered on that point become thick and overgrown.
Okay.
A creature moving through the area must spend 4 feet of movement for every 1 foot it moves.
Okay.
So a dash, if they try to dash back into us, it'll be 15 feet per turn.
All right. So you create like 200-foot diameter, very thick overgrown grass so that when and if they try to come back, they'll be slowed down more. Sure.
Yep. And yeah. So
Okay.
I don't know what else. I don't know what else that's gonna do for us,
I mean,
other than give us a little bit more time.
yeah. So you've got several minutes. So what do the rest of you want to do? You've got a number of slaves from the town that you've collected that are, not in great shape. you know that the clock is ticking, and you've got this fire genie who's saying, "Hey, let me out! I'll give you 3 wishes."
So I'm gonna grab Breezy and ask Breezy, did Morgie give you a way to contact her?
He says, "Sorta," and he reaches his pocket. He says, "She gave me this rat and told me to strangle it to death when I want to talk to her. I haven't been feeding it, but it hasn't died either. So I don't know, sort of gross. Here, take it.
Can I
take
have it? All right.
And the genie's like,
And
well, what are y'all doing? Let me out. Let me out. 3 wishes. Come on, everybody wants 3 wishes. And then he says, wait a minute. He sees Neil holding that shield. Wait a minute. I know that shield. I made that shield. I made it for some guy who helped me out previously. I made him a sword and armor to go with it. You're not that guy. You're taller than him. You're shorter than him. What was it?
And does Blaze is with
Tracks, right?
Thrax, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Thrax comes back in, and does Blaze talk to Thrax at all? Recognize?
Yeah, Blaze says, there is my creator, the one who made me for my first master, made me with my brothers. And if Thrax shows him the sword hilt, he says, oh, what did you do? You broke my sword. That was an awesome sword, man. Be more careful with these things.
Well, do you think it could fix it?
Do you think you can let me out? Sure, I can fix it.
so
That counts as
So I
one
do
wish.
I do have something that I could maybe get him out with. I have a scroll of knock that should be able to open a magical lock.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
I think we should let him out and use 1 wish to repair Blaze.
Or we could just use the wish to find Cooper Black, man.
See if he knows where Cooper Black is.
Okay. He does say, he does, well, okay. I mean, sorry, I'll shut up.
Well, let's
So do
let's
you
start
use
by
knock
getting
to let
them
him
out. Khalifa wants to knock, I guess.
I
Yeah,
guess-
does that work?
Jay?
Yeah, it does. You cast the knock spell.
Yeah, Jay, before he casts,
Okay.
can one of us or some of us do like an insights check to see like if this dude's, talking out his ass, or if he's sincere and that he will give us 3 wishes, or he's saying whatever he can to get out?
Yeah, any one of you can do it with advantage.
Well, I rolled a 16 plus or minus whatever my insight thing is, which is 16.
Yeah, I mean, you're a little out of your depth dealing with extraplanar entities, but I mean, your grandmother told you stories about genies, and they give 3 wishes when people do things nice for them. And
All right.
you know that if this genie really did make these 3 items, then that all fits. So is Khalifa casting the knock spell?
Really his name?
Yes.
All right.
Really?
You cast it,
Actually?
and all of you see appear outside of this, right outside of this thing, this glowing red guy with fire coming off of him, sort of stretching, and thank you so much. And he points to the iron flask. He's like, first I was in there, and then I was stuck in there. This, feels so good to be free. All right, 3 wishes I offer you, 3 wishes I will give you. Now, keep in mind, they have to be like fire and forgery and crafting type wishes. I'm a fire genie. I can't make people fall in love with you. I can't, just, keep in mind, I can only do what I can do, but I can do quite a lot. What do you want?
I think 1
Can you
wish is to
locate
repair
people?
Blaze.
Can I locate people? No.
That's not really a crafting thing, so that's fair.
I think
Can you
1 wish
craft
is
us-
certainly to repair Blaze.
Okay.
It certainly seems like that fits. So let's start there, maybe.
All right. So He says, not a problem. It would be easier if you have the pieces. If you don't have the pieces, it'll cost you 2 wishes. Sorry.
I think we have the pieces, don't we?
You have the pieces.
Yeah. All right, let's give him the pieces.
All right. You give him the pieces. You lay him out. And he, let's see, he reforges blades.
Nice.
What day is today?
June 26.
Yeah, Blaze is now reforged. He says, "Oh, isn't that perfect?
What?
Good as
Flying.
new." Man, the guy I made this for, he was tough, but he liked sneaking in places too. He was quite the scoundrel. He always wanted to sneak in places. So that's why the shield makes him invisible. This lets him fly. The armor makes him sneaky. Gave him everything.
That's pretty awesome.
All right, well, that's one wish. Are you able to craft an item that can help us track Cooper Black?
Unless you could be more specific, no.
Like a compass that points to his location.
No. No, I don't think that's something I can do. Yeah, sorry for dropping this on you in the middle of a session. Like certainly the magic item table from the Dungeon Master's Guide.
Can he enhance any of our things?
What's that?
Can he like enhance, Schmax's gloves to additionally deal like fire damage or something like that? Does he have the ability to somehow like better the pinnacles of the forge?
He looks at them. He looks at, he's showing one by one, and he's like, these are quite sweet. Oh, and these have a lot of, oh, but it looks like you haven't unlocked their full potential yet, have you? But still, even as far as you've taken them, these are finely crafted items. I think if I tried to mess with them, I would just, I think I might do more harm than good. These are well put together, but I suggest you unlock their full potential. They could do even more.
Can you tell us how to unlock their full potential?
Just keep being you. It looks like the more they connect with the person who uses them, and the more the person who uses them grows as a person, the more they'll grow. Very well put together, I've gotta say.
Jay, I think we left like maybe Melvin outside looking to see if the Giants have come back. How are things looking in that regard?
I'm giving you several minutes. I'm giving you quite a few minutes.
Okay.
I will say, like, if you want to look for like major items, major magic items, we could work with that. Yeah, I knew this was going to be sort of an open-ended offer, so I apologize.
That would be like a rare item, or
Yeah, certainly a rare item. I don't know if very rare, you can ask.
all right, let me look. I'm trying to find a table or something.
He does look at somebody has bracers of defense, right?
Thrax has those. I
He
think.
looks at those and says, hey, I bet several of y'all could benefit from that. I can make another copy of those if you want.
That would be nice. What about? Hmm,
I probably should have been ready with a menu. Sorry.
what about, I mean, something I could use at least would be, since I do so many spell attack rolls, there is something called the Wand of the War Mage, which would allow me to then get a plus on my spell attack rolls, because I don't have like a magic item like everybody else does to get a plus on their attacks.
True. Does that also give you a plus on saving throw DC?
It does not, only
Oh.
attack.
Then I'm then I'm more okay with that.
Yeah, I could understand that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean-
he does. He says, yeah, he can make that.
All right, let me, I'm sorry, that was just a random, I was starting at the end of the list and that was the
That's
W.
Totally fine.
Okay, so that would be, something like that might be fine. Let me just take a look here.
What about dimensional shackles?
Yeah, what are those?
You can use an action to place these shackles on an incapacitated creature. In addition to serving as mundane manacles, the shackles prevent a creature bound by them from using any method of extra-dimensional movement, including teleportation or travel to a different plane of existence.
Could be useful, that's for sure.
Isn't that something that you think Cooper Black could do? Like teleport?
Well, for sure, we know the hags can do it. That's, which
Yeah,
we might see
yeah.
more again.
That's absolutely something
Could
he
be
could build.
useful for. Could be useful after a Schmack's attack.
That's true. Yeah, if somebody's stunned, they're incapacitated. Are they? Or are they?
It must be.
I don't know if they are.
Is stun the same as incapacitated? Is that what we're asking?
Paralyzed.
Yes, a stunned creature is incapacitated.
Okay.
Yep.
And yeah, in the past,
And
y'all tried to use
unconscious.
normal manacles, and I'm like, that's too much. But
I think that'd be totally. I mean, we're pretty good on attacks. What do you think?
I think that opens us up for some good creative usage.
I like it better than just giving me a +1 on spell attacks, to be honest. I'd rather have something more creative. So if we're just looking for things, I'd prefer that than my thing.
Dimensional shackles.
That's what he just asked for, is dimensional shackles. Calvin spotted dimensional shackles too, so it's a hit with my familiar.
Ow. I mean, short, no dragging along the.
What we really need is a tome of leadership and influence.
Okay.
Wait, we got two more, right?
One more.
One more.
One more.
If we do the
Okay, so
shackles,
did
one
we agree
more.
on the manacles? Did we agree on the manacles?
Sure.
Okay.
Golden chain.
How about
Okay,
a ring of
he
extra
says-
vision?
he says, "All right, I think I know what you guys need. I saw you come in here. I heard you sort of land outside, right? Seems like you need help moving around. Now, I usually work in metal. I usually don't work in cloth, but I've got something that usually is pretty popular. It's a rug. It's a rug, and you can get on it and fly around. How's that sound?
Flying carpet, eh?
How many people can
It's,
fit on this?
it's traditional among my people. We have them all the time, but apparently they're not. Apparently there aren't very many of them around here. I can't imagine how you could buy without them.
How many people our size would fit on one rug like this?
You got a big rug?
Yeah. He says, yeah, I can give you one 5 feet by 7 feet, and it would hold 600 pounds worth. And if you want one faster, smaller, faster, like a sports car, 4 feet by 6 feet, it would only hold 400 pounds, but it goes a little faster.
So wait, 400 pounds, that's probably like 2 people, right? Or unless one of them's Neil.
This is one brand brick.
Said, or if you're really not into speed, one that goes pretty slow, 6 foot by 9 feet, that could hold 800 pounds if you're concerned.
I mean, you could put 2 or 3 people on there.
I mean, between dimension doors and whatever, the capes of the mountebanks and arcane thingies, I'm trying to think what would be when we would use it, and would it be most useful to have the speed, you know? Because I feel like we have lots of portals and teleportings and things like that. So maybe having the speedy thing would be more useful.
I'm good with the speed. That sounds like a good idea.
So I don't think we want the big 800-pound one. We want this 600-pound one or the 400-pound one.
You got the stats of it, right?
So there's yeah, I'm looking at it now.
Okay.
So there's a 600-pound one that can go 40 feet, or a 400-pound one that can go 60 feet per second, or 60 feet per round, sorry. That's pretty fast. So we can have one person sort of zooming around, or maybe 2 people, or possibly even 3 going pretty fast. Are we gonna have like Thrax riding this around in combat, Brambek riding it around in combat and smacking into people?
Spoiler alert, you're not going to have Brambek riding around in combat.
Oh, yeah, there's that. Oh. I mean, Leo.
I mean, let's if you want a carpet of flying, let's put a pin in it and just decide before next time which carpet of flying you want. if
That's
what
fine.
you
Yeah, that's not, I mean, certain, yeah, we could talk to people about it.
And are you doing dimensional shackles? And also,
Yeah.
I mean, it's half the group. I'm putting you on the spot. I can wave my hands about if you want to.
Well, why don't we put those things in the chat as what we decided, and then if
Okay.
other people have like cooler ideas, then we're totally open to that, of course. Put it
Alright.
in this.
So for
Hey,
now, I'll say.
I gotta. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, he restores Blaze. He weaves you a flying carpet and makes you some dimensional shackles, but gives you a coupon to turn it in for another item that is appropriate. And he says, thank you guys. Pleasure doing business with you. Great to see my old items still around. If you ever find yourself in a plane of fire, come look me up. What's his name?
We'd love if you had any, tuning fork that could get us there. We'd love to come look you up.
Oh, yeah, that's super easy. That doesn't even cost you a wish. And he picks up some iron and he sort of molds it with his hand, and he sort of pings it, and he listens to it. He's like, "Oh, it sounds like home. Here you go."
Nice.
Thanks.
And he tells you his name, which I don't know what it is. I think I told you at some point.
His true name? Did he tell us his true name?
It tells you his trade name.
All right.
Can I ask for, this is a very, very, very simple, but could he make me a triangle?
Musical triangle?
Of course, you know, it's just so simple, you know.
Sure. What note?
I've been missing a triangle. I've got cymbals, I've got a snare drum, I've got all sorts of musical stuff with me. I just don't have a triangle.
Yeah. What note do you want? And he picks up some iron, starts sort of pulling it out. What note? This should be a G. You like a G?
I was looking for a C major.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Here, hold this G. That's on me. All right, see what you think of that one.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
All right.
And then Schmax walks up, incapacitates him, and then we drop the interdimensional shackles.
Would you like out? 3 wishes.
And he points at the iron flask. He says, "Get rid of that thing. I don't want to see that anymore." And Khalifa, you at least know that that's pretty it's a pretty cool magical thing. So I assume you stick it in your bag.
So I just let everyone know that this will be my triangle of fear. So whenever I cast fear, I will hit the triangle, and everybody in Octopodemos will know that fear has been cast.
So yeah, I'll hold on to the iron flask and I'll identify it later if I get a chance to.
So for the iron flask, well, Khalifa, have you seen one of these things before?
No, I suspect that since he said he spent some time in there, that it may be some sort of receptacle for imprisoning somebody. Such as when we rescued my father, who was imprisoned in that by that high-level spell. Also, genies tend to be exploited by powerful magic users of the multiverse because of their very powerful innate ability to cast the wish spell. And
Well, just like that
create-
imprisonment spell, I know that there's ways to sort of activate or deactivate the prison. I wonder if there's a way to gain insight into how to operate an iron flask like this. Was that something you could do research on, or how would you learn how
if
to
we wanna-
operate? an item
I
like
mean,
this?
this is a known
A little
magical
bit.
item. Khalifa, I assume that you knew what this is, and yeah, this is a
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figure it's a bottle of genie summoning or whatever, but I don't have that pulled up right now.
Well,
yeah.
I
You
was
could,
looking at iron flask, and I guess you need a command word. So that's what I was getting at. Was like, how do you find out what the
Oh,
command word is?
yeah, the identify spell should take care of that.
Yeah.
It's written on the bottom, backwards though.
Okay.
It's Smurf.
Or is it frums?
Well, that's pretty awesome. Iron flask is pretty awesome.
All right. So he says, if there's no other musical instruments I can make for you, I'm going to take my leave.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Excellent.
Pleasure doing business with you. Don't break that sword again.
You just like puff of smoke, disappear or something?
Pretty much. Yep.
I think we need the storm giants, and I think we need them now. Otherwise, these fire giants are coming back and coming back angry. And I have a way to get to them.
And the slaves are like, the fire giants are coming back. Wait a minute. How do we get back to the city?
You can go up the outside and go around the backside of the mountain.
We live in a magical world here. can send these guys first class. As many of you can get into a 10-foot circle as possible. I'll send you all back to the city, all right?
All right, and then are they just going to come start this forge up again and grab
Well,
more
we're gonna take-
slaves?
We're gonna take care of that.
All right, they get in a circle.
All right, and so I'll cast the teleportation.
What's your name?
circle.
Who should we
Just
say? Who should we say drove away the storm giant, fire giants?
Tell them the
Octopodemos.
Octopodemos.
Gotcha. Boop. And they boop away. So you sent them to the center of town, I assume.
Well, I think it's the edge of town, wasn't it?
I think it's the
Wherever
same
it
one
was
we
that you
came
knew
into.
the.
It's the same one we came into. It was like in the center of town.
Oh, is it? My mistake.
Okay.
So I have a way to get us to the storm giants. I don't know fully the price, but I don't think we can wait any longer. And I take the rat that Breezy gave me and I like twist its neck.
All right. All right. At this point, you twist its neck. Okay. At this point, all of you see Brambrecht do this, and his eyes sort of glaze over. And so, can I before you do that? Can I ask? Did people pick up the mithril shields that were all laying there? Because there were a lot.
Or
I'm assuming somebody grabbed a bunch of those.
Even
Okay.
Brambrecht did.
All right. So all y'all got those. And Brambrecht's eyes sort of glazed over. Brambrecht, you see yourself floating, and you see Morgie floating in front of you. And she says, Brambrecht, does this mean you accept my offer?
Yes, we can't let it go on any further. We need the storm giants back.
Okay, I'll send your friends straight to the storm giants. Now, Brambrecht, I'm going to need you to come keep me company, but I'll send your friends right there. Okay, that's the deal.
How long am I with you?
Oh, let's say only 50 years. That would be crazy. All right,
Do we hear
Brambrecht,
all?
and then Brambrecht, your vision sort of goes cloudy, and all of you, all of the Octopodemos, you know, all you know is, you know, you're picking up these shields. You're trying to figure out what to do when the fire giants come back. All of you, you're looking around at this forge, and water comes rushing in. A big the whole cave is now filled with water, and all of you are battered by water, and blown this way and that. And you look at each other, and you're swept away by water. Now, Brambrecht, I will say you're not with the rest of your friends. You're alone. You're traveling not through water, but through emptiness, through a void. And you see someone coming towards you, Brambrecht, and you see yourself coming towards you. It's you. You're wearing your armor. You're holding your mace. As this person comes close to you, when they're within about 10 feet of you, you then see they're not exactly you. They're made of candy. So their skin is made of, like, the gray parts are like dried fruit, and the black stripes are like licorice. And your armor, which is bronze colored, it's made of caramel. And the golden mace is actually a large lemon drop candy. And this thing, it doesn't react at all. It just sort of floats past. And then as it floats past you, as it gets more than a few feet from you, you can't tell it's made of candy anymore. It just looks like you going away. And as you're thinking about this, you hear a voice. And it's a voice that you've heard before, speaking words that you've heard before. During the battle with Xanathar, when you were teleported to a grassy plain, a sunny grassy plain, you hear these words again. the words are protect the innocent, protect your friends, and especially protect the prince. And at this point, you feel your mace grow in power. You feel that your mace has reached the height of its connection with you. And Brimbrick, that's where we'll leave you for now. For the rest of you, Octopodemos, you saw the forge fill with water, and the next thing you know, you're floating underwater. You're floating deep, deep underwater. You can look up, you can barely see the sun. The pressure is noticeable on you. All of your friends are around you. There are all 8 of you, all 8 Octopodemos are deep underwater. And there's a whirlpool pulling you down to an underwater city. And you can look down and there's a bubble of air beneath you, and the whirlpool is both simultaneously pulling you towards it and pushing you away from it. And you're far enough underwater that all of you know that if you get pushed away from this city and bubble of air, you're dead. You're not going to make it to the surface. And so I want the 3 of you, I want Khalifa, Neil, and Ariel to make me a strength saving throw as you swim towards this city.
I got an 11.
And a
Okay.
9.
The 11 is the best.
All right, all of you are struggling. Your other, Thrax and Schmack seem to be doing better. They're going straight towards this bubble. All of you are struggling a bit.
How close are
But-
we to it? Can I tell if we're 500 feet away?
What?
Sorry, what do you want to cast?
Dimension door, if we're 500 feet away or closer?
Okay, yeah. Khalifa, you dimension door in. Neil, do you do that?
But I want to grab Ariel and dimension door in.
Okay,
Actually, grab me, and I will remind Ariel that he has a potion of water breathing. I'm out of spell slots.
well, no, I'll say Khalifa grabs Ariel, dimension doors in. Neil, you are out of spell slots and you're struggling and you're being pulled this way and that. And you look and Brambrek is near you. Brambrek, as you're struggling, positions himself opposite the city from you. And as you're turning and you turn away from Brambrek and towards the city, you feel one large foot between your shoulder blades. You feel another large foot on your butt. And gently, but very firmly and very quickly, these feet push down and you're propelled towards the city. And you turn around and your friend Brambrek is propelled away from the city. And as you're going towards this bubble of air where you can survive, Brambrek is going away from it, into the water, away, nowhere near the surface, nowhere near the city, nowhere near the air. He's going away, being pulled away by the current, out of your sight. And you fall in. And there are 7 of you Octopodemos that all made it to this room of air. You're all battered. You are all under several G's of water pressure. You're battered. You're exhausted. And 2 of you, Melvin and Ariel, collapse immediately. And that's where we'll end for today.
Neil, where's Brambrek? Was he with
Brambrek?
you?
I'm pretty sure I saw him floating to the surface. It looked like he was heading to that city where the vehicles operate on the opposite side of the road.
Awesome.
Great job, Jay.
All right.
We'll have to make a one shot about